What is up guys, it's your boy Swolem here, back with another classic WoW hardcore video. So today is a pretty good day. I just came home and I come home to these news right here. We have the actual release dates for hardcore servers, answering a couple of questions that some people had previously, and here we go. It's been a couple of days now since my speculations about the release date, and I was what am I trying to say? I was leaning towards August 30th, and here we go, it's going live on August 24th. So it's sooner than I was expecting, and it's just about 3.5 weeks away from the release of this video. So today we're talking about this release date. I'm going to be talking really quickly about what to expect for the release itself, talking about the rule sets and stuff like that. So here we go. I guess we can just use this picture right here, then click on the link to read more about the release dates, but the TLDR is hardcore servers go live on August 24th, and based on that not being a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it's actually August 24th. If I just go down here, August 24th is going to be on a Thursday, so the hardcore realms go live on that Thursday. Now, a bunch of people were kind of confused, because myself included by the way, because patches like this usually come out with a weekly maintenance, which means Tuesday for North America and Wednesday for Europe, so thankfully we have a global release, or at least that's what it looks like right here, August 24th. So here we go, death on hardcore realms are permanent, PvP battles are opt-in, so in order to PvP you have to manually /PvP, which is going to fix a lot of PvP methods out there. PvP battlegrounds and battle masters are disabled. Most creatures will leash when leaving the area or the zone. I believe they have like a 500-yard leash range or something before resetting, but pretty much kiting them out of the zone will reset them, so trying to kite for example Terramus out of blasted lands will reset Terramus. Now below level 16, all dungeons will have at least a 24-hour timer, so right here, have at least a 24-hour timer. I think that's been confirmed by now that it's a 24-hour timer, but right here it says at least a 24-hour timer, so pretty much the dungeons, the way it's working on PTR, is that they are resetting every morning at 9 AM, or basically when heroic dungeons are resetting on your server. So based on the server time, they're resetting every morning at 9 AM, or when the heroic dungeons usually reset if you've been playing Wrath, so they're resetting every single day on a certain time. There's also a brand new feature, Duel to the Death, and gameplay, zone disruptions, and malicious player killing outside of consensual PvP will not be tolerated on hardcore realms, meaning that if anyone finds a way to grief, even when PvP battles are opt-in, then they will pretty much be banned and taken care of, right? So by clicking the Learn More button to go to this article right here, we can see WoW Classic updates ahead. For Classic era, you can prepare for a brand new era of PvP when the 1.14.4 content update goes live on August 22nd. With the arrival of this update, please be advised that your region's weekly maintenance period during the week of August 15th will be the final time that honor updates will be performed before the old system is retired, and any ranking progress you make after that date will not be retained after 1.14.4 is released on August 22nd or August 23rd if you're playing on Europe, right? So this one, the patch is actually coming out with the weekly maintenance as I was expecting, but the hardcore realms don't come with that patch. The hardcore realms are being delayed by 1 or 2 days to then give us a kind of like a global release, right? So instead of coming with a patch, they open 1 to 2 days after on August 24th. Now you can face Azeroth's dangers in WoW Classic's hardcore runs and see just how far you can go. You only have 1 life to live, and the spirit healers will not be there to whisper sweet nothings and send you back out in the open world of the living when you die. Death is permanent, and once you have been bested by the environment or even other players, you will need to create a brand new character to try and try again. Learn more about the rules of engagement in our previously published article. Now this one is pretty big, it's a pretty big article covering the rules of engagement for classic hardcore servers, and I'm not going to talk about this entire thing. I'm going to link it though in the description of the video, so if you want to read everything here by yourself then you can, but basically death is permanent, there's no appeal system. They have been working on a couple of things in the backend to make it disconnect less and do what they can to make sure that you don't die more than you have to, or that you don't disconnect more than you have to. There are a couple of more things worth knowing about for the hardcore servers. Now once again, I'll leave the entire link down below, but I'm going to give you the TLDR. So for PvP flagging, you have to manually /PvP to opt in for PvP, so World PvP is actually available if you want to /PvP, and in that case you can find other people that also have the /PvP command, so if you really want to do hardcore with PvP on, you can. There's nothing stopping you, but you have to manually opt in for it, and anyone you find if you want to World PvP, they also have to manually opt in for it. Now for PvP battlegrounds are completely disabled, as are all the PvP battle masters on the hardcore servers, by the way. You may still enter pre-made war games, but you may not gain honor or PvP reputations from those war games. I also believe those war games still are the same way, like if you die in war games, death is still permanent, as you can see right here. Beware, if you engage in war games, death is still permanent, and personally I think this could be really cool. I could imagine some tournament scenarios or bigger content creators tournaments with cash prizes based on this one, where people can enter actual war games and have a team of people competing for a prize. I think this could lead to some very interesting content, and we also have the duel to death mechanic, which could also lead to some very good tournaments, especially in level 60 duels, because in that case there's a massive risk versus reward. Now, one thing to talk about here real quick is that even though PvP is disabled, they're working on a way to get the PvP trinket from a vendor for gold, so you can still get that trinket, which is usable for duels and even some raids where you can actually get out of CC. So for PvP and quest updates, this one is basically the missing diplomat, the attack and quest that usually flag you for PvP, they will no longer flag you for PvP. Other than that, it's pretty much what we have been talking about, like danger leashed. So the leash yard, basically when you pull a mob out of a zone, it will reset back to the spawn location. For dungeons you have a 24-hour timer, but when you get to level 60, that timer is lifted, and you can go back and farm content, farm dungeons if you really want to, but leading up to level 60, you have a 24-hour lockout, which I personally think is great. It makes you go out in the open world to do some quests or open world farming. I think it's just great that we'll be able to see more people in the open world. It's one of the complaints I had in Wrath, for example, where basically people are just in instant content all the time, doing dungeons, battlegrounds, PvP, raids, even Mythic Plus, or even not Mythic Plus, Heroic Plus, Beta dungeons. It's always inside dungeons, even while leveling. Now at least on the hardcore servers, you only have one run per dungeon per day, so we will see more people in the open world. Now you also have the debuff limit being removed, right here, being removed on the hardcore runs. It doesn't say anything about the brand new patch specifically, it's only for the hardcore runs, which is kinda cool. You also have no more bubble hearth, so paladins cannot use bubble hearth. They can basically not use their hearthstone while under the effect of bubble, right? One more thing to note for the hardcore servers is that all the content will be available from the start, meaning you won't go through phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3 and so on. Basically it's a hardcore server coming out on Classic Era, which is going to give you a fresh environment where everyone starts at level 1, they have to level up to level 60, but at level 16 all the content is unlocked, and we're basically working on phase 6, or the finalized version of Classic WoW. So all the raids are going to be unlocked, the gates of AQ are going to be open, you can do Sulgurub from day 1, well, pretty much not day 1 because you have to level up, but you get what I mean. All the content will be available from the start. Now that's just a TLDR of the hardcore servers. Once again, they're coming out on August 24th. So release date, August 24th, we have the entire recap over here as well. Now based on that, I'm going to make a further updated video on my plans for the hardcore servers, but I'm going to tell you right now real quick, I'm interested in gold making, I'm going to be farming gold, making gold, flipping on the auction house, and based on that I've made a gold guide for these hardcore servers, which if you are interested in gold making, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I mean, I'm pretty much biased here because it's my product, but it's 134 pages covering the best gold farms, 50 different ones in Classic WoW, tailored to these hardcore servers, specifically made. When you think about having one life, for example, that kind of spices things up. You also have some pretty sick investments, how I turned 1,000 gold into 20,000 gold in Season of Mastery in 2 months, and I'm planning on doing the same thing over and over again this time too. You can also make gold with professions. There's launch advice. We have several videos available in early access right now that you can watch before the launch that are scheduled to go out after launch, but if you have the gold guide, you have access to them literally right now. You also get access to a private Discord server and free updates. The link to that guide is down below, and by using the code Solheim you can get it for half price, so be sure to check it out, be as prepared as possible for the hardcore servers. And that's pretty much what I have for you today. Just wanted to make a quick update. We have the release date, finally. I am so hyped. I will also be streaming the launch, by the way, over on Twitch and here on YouTube, I'm guessing, and on Kick. So if you want to follow me, then I'll leave the link to my Kick and Twitch down below. Make sure to follow and subscribe to the channel for more hardcore content. We pretty much have daily videos coming out leading up to and including the launch for hardcore servers. It's going to be a fun time. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Once again, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and that's pretty much it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you on the hardcore servers when they go live in 3.5 weeks. Peace out.